Hello, my name's Hemingway Jones. Welcome to the channel. I make videos about fountain pens for curious people, so thanks for being here. Today, I want to speak about my mac and cheese fountain pens. So what do I mean by that? So this is a term that I coined a few videos back to describe those pens that you go back to time and time again when you're having those warm and cozy moments at home, those private times when you're journaling, when you sort of need to refresh yourself and you go to a pen that you know is reliable, that you've had a history with, and that you just feel affection for, and you have that really strong connection with. So those are my mac and cheese pens. I'm going to go through them now, and I think some of my choices may surprise you. Let's get into it. My first pen I'd like to share with you I bought back in 2005, and I have such a long history with this pen. We've been through so many things together. I've taken it over to Europe with me. I did quite a bit of journaling on trains from one city to the next with it, taking notes in museums, everywhere else. And when I bring it home, it has all those associations still with it. It's just a wonderful pen. This is the Cross Apogee. Cross Apogee is a brilliant pen of red lacquer. It's got a nice bit of weight to it. It feels a bit metallic. It's very nice in the hand. The grip is plastic, but it feels very nice. The clip is spring-loaded, and one of my favorite clips because it's really great for clipping onto your pocket if you're wearing a suit jacket or something like that, and it's always there ready to be used. It also has an absolutely brilliant 18-karat nib that is one of my smoothest and most reliable writers. I just adore this pen and the history that we've shared, and there are many moments when I'm recounting some of my journeys and some of my adventures over the years when I want to sit down, journal, and reconnect with that beautiful bright red pen. It's also great when I want to color coordinate with some of my clothes because the red goes brilliantly with some of my ties and even my Nantucket red pants, which I wear pretty much all summer. So it's a pen that's been with me quite a bit. I have quite a bit of attachment to it, and it's just a fantastic mac and cheese pen. My second choice is very much related to the concept of mac and cheese. To me, mac and cheese is all about comfort food, being at home, cooking something easy, having that beautiful aroma, and just settling down to a good solid meal. Well, the fountain pen equivalent of that for me is the Mont Blanc 149. And I know that might seem odd, Craft and Mont Blanc, but to me, I don't see a luxury association with this pen. This pen to me is just symbolic of my relationship with my wife. She bought this pen for me very early in our relationship, and we've been together for 13 years. So it's just symbolic of my journey with her through this last decade plus. I've had it on me through many adventures, through the birth of my daughter. I've made the journal entry about her and how she was when she came into this world with this pen. So this pen just has immense sentimental value to me, and not only that, it is one of the most brilliant writers. It is smooth, it is beautiful, it has an absolutely gorgeous 18-karat gold nib. It's easy to write with, it's fun to write with, it fits in my hand very well, it has a nice girth to it, it just feels very pleasant as I write with it. So I have so many beautiful home associations with this pen, my family, my past, my future. I adore this pen, and even though I don't write with it as much as I once did, I still go back to it when I'm writing a letter or a journal entry. It is truly one of my mac and cheese pens. My next choice is a pen that's been with me for almost 20 years, and that's the Waterman Karen. I like to say Kareen, but it's pronounced Karen. It's not Karen, that's a pile of stones, and it's not Karen. because that's something else entirely. It's the Waterman Quran. This is an absolutely gorgeous pen with a beautiful inlaid nib of 18 karat gold that has a bit of give to it, so it's a nice soft writer. I love inlaid nibs. I love how it's integrated into the grip section. And in fact, I wrestled between this one and the Schaefer Legacy, which is similar with inlaid nibs, whether or not which one I would put on this list right now. But the Schaefer is a little bit more aggressive in its styling, and I feel like this Waterman pen has a softness to it. It has this beauty and sophistication, and I've been writing with this pen forever. I have memories of writing in cafes, and it just really roots me and settles me down when I use this pen and reminds me that I've been around for a while. I've been journaling for a while. I've been studying fountain pens. I've been having adventures and sharing really excellent times with my family and friends. It's an absolutely beautiful pen that's been languishing in my pen collection. I'm happy to dust it off, clean it up, and reveal it as one of my true mac and cheese pens. I adore this pen. My next choice is a pen I've had for a couple years now, and all of that use is now expressed in the tarnish of this pen, and that's the Kaweco Brass Sport. I adore this pen. I love to take it when I travel. I love to take it when I go into a place like Salem and I know I'm going to be taking notes at the Peabody Essex Museum or down by the wharf. Maybe I'll do a journal entry out in the sun. I just love how tough this pen is, how easy it is to open even with a screw assembly. It just spins open and spins closed very easily, easy to stow. It's not a pen you need to worry about. If you get a scratch on it, it only looks more interesting. So all of that wear, that tarnish, all of the adventures we've shared together just gives me a lot of affection for this pen. This fountain pen is sort of like a Labrador Retriever. It does whatever you ask it to do, and it does it with alacrity. And Kaweco nibs are some of the smoothest and most interesting, and the one that I'm using has their calligraphy nib, which is a 1.1 stub. It's an absolutely brilliant writer with a beautiful thick downstroke and a really nice thin cross stroke that makes my handwriting look very unique, very interesting. So this pen is just one of my favorites. I just adore it so much, and when I'm having those quiet moments, it's one of the pens I reach for to make a journal entry. It's an absolutely brilliant pen. I'm proud to say it's one of my mac and cheese selections. So my next choice comes from TWSBI, and it's not the Eco. In this case, it's the TWSBI VAC 700R. And there are many reasons why I consider this one of my mac and cheese selections. First of all, my wife and I both own this pen in slightly different iterations, so I love the connection that each of us have our own. Also, this has a cursive italic nib that's absolutely brilliant and really shines when you write with abandon. When you just go for it and you just suspend any of your self-consciousness and self-auditing and just allow yourself to write in the speed of cursive and wherever your hand takes you. It will have a beautiful varying line thickness that will make your handwriting look slightly vintage and always interesting. I also love that this has just capacious ink capacity, so I know I can write with it as long as I want, and the chances of it running out of ink are very, very slim, especially since you can see into it and see all of that ink sloshing about. In this instance, it's Yamabudo ink, so very clearly seen through the plastic. Just a brilliant pen, so much fun to write with, so easy to connect with, so comfortable in my hand, such a smooth and beautiful nib that just writes brilliantly. I love a vac fill pen, and this one in particular. The iridescence of this pen and its sort of rainbow patterns just delight my eyes and just makes it so much fun to journal with, so easy to connect with, and just gives me so much affection for this pen that I have to consider it one of my mac and cheese selections. My last choice is a fairly recent pen. I've only had it for a few months, yet I've connected with it very strongly. I just love the look of this pen, the feel of it, and it's just comforting and comfortable to write with. And what I'm talking about is the Esterbrook JR, or J Reborn, or as I call it, the Esterbrook Jr. This is a quite small but very elegant pen in the pumpkin latte color. I love the pumpkin orange band up at the top of the cap and that gorgeous pen body in the swirling latte. I'm a coffee guy and I just love the coffee associations with this pen. It just gives me all kinds of warm feelings, and it's just absolutely brilliant to journal with because it is so light. It has this fantastic Yovo nib. It's fun to write with, gives you a bit of feedback, has a bit of line variation if you keep the plane at the end of the nib parallel to the line on the page. But it is certainly an expressive pen. It is a beautiful pen, and it's one I'm finding myself reaching for more and more when I want something that's very reliable, easy to write with, and a pen I've connected with so strongly and I'm enjoying writing with so much. The Esterbrook JR is just an absolutely brilliant, fun pen to use. What do you think of the concept of mac and cheese pens? Which are your selections? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you've been watching this long, please subscribe. I know about half of you haven't. It really would help me out a lot, and I'd love to have you on this journey with us. Also, membership is available. I'm doing a letter exchange with Cognoscenti and Illuminati members, so I'd love to do that with you. Also, I release new videos each Friday at noon Eastern, and I have a live show Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. So I promise we will see each other again very soon, further up the road. So take care.